All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Hakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the elect. Shalom to you, you brothers out there pushing this truth with your boots on the ground. All right, back to another lesson through the spirit, man. It seems ever since, well, prophecy is actually just speaking, running off the pages, of course, that's repetitive. And it seems that all these countries are stepping away from who we call Mystery Babylon, but they call it America. But these countries are stepping away from these actual war criminals uh, uh, over there in Israel and also America. They were called the West. They would name names. It's kind of low. I'm going to read this. Erdogan's latest speech reignited one of the biggest geopolitical questions in the Middle East. Is Turkey just sending a message or preparing for something much bigger? Calling Israel a terrorist state and saying we are preparing for this now is not ordinary political rhetoric. Turkey has military reach, influence across Syria and the region, ambitions that go far beyond its borders. But direct military involvement could be a high risk move, potentially bringing Ankara into confrontation with major regional and global powers. All right. You got a brother put Job 20:27, the heavens shall reveal this iniquity and the earth shall rise up against him. All right. So then it goes and said Jeremiah, the little flock shall draw them out. All right. Turkey is calling for what these things are. So we're going into some times, you guys. Akim. Um, we have Canada as well. And then we have precept. Excuse me, Salakia. You might not be able to hear this, but there's been a lot of electrical threats, terrorist threats for the electrical. Let's just read here. The U.S.-Canada trade dispute is heating up again. Ontario Premier Doug Ford says everything is on the table, including potentially cutting electricity and critical mineral efforts to the United States as tension with President Donald Trump escalates. Ford says Ontario currently supplies enough electricity to power roughly 1.5 million U.S. homes and businesses. The dispute could hit close to home for Michigan. Ontario previously used electricity exports to Michigan, Minnesota, and New York as leverage during an earlier trade dispute. No electricity cutoff has been announced at this time. All right. So the guy's making threats. I don't know if you can hear this, but
province in our country, alongside federal tariffs and the measures my rub kicks off the shelves. Also, starting today, all U.S.-based companies will be banned from taking part in government procurement. Every year, the province and its agencies spend about $30 billion on procurement, alongside our more than $200 billion plan to build infrastructure. U.S.-based businesses will now lose out on tens of billions of dollars in revenues. They only have President Trump to blame. I'm also urging all 444 municipalities to do the same, and I'm thrilled to see some are already stepping up. For example, Mayor Patrick Brown, the city of Brampton, and many other cities. As part of this government-wide procurement ban, we're going one step further. We're ripping up Ontario's contract with Starlink. It's done. It's gone. We won't award contracts to people who enable and encourage economic attacks on our province and our country, alongside federal tariffs.
So that's prophecy, man. These people are stepping away. Let's go to that. Because Turkey being a main turn their back upon these countries is prophecy as well. All right, so we got Ezekiel chapter 39 or 38, and we'll go down. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, and chief prince of Meshech, and Tabul, in prophecy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, chief prince of, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth all thine army, horses and horsemen, of all them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, all of them handling swords. All right. Gomer, I think Gomer, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer, of all his bands, and house of Tugomar of the north quarter, and all his bands, and many people with thee. I think Gomer is they're speaking of Turkey. If they can correct me on that. Whoever's listening, any of the brothers, but that's prophecy, man. Where they got where the weak should say I'm strong. Joel chapter 3 verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. And these countries usually are in fear of America, but that's not the case anymore. And people are, these countries have nuclear weapons, they have armies, they have technology. And they're part of the prophecy to go against these countries like Like he was speaking the West, and talking about America, the Babylon. Then he's talking about Israel. He's talking about this. These are war criminals, which is the truth. Salakia. It's the truth. They are war criminals, and they're bringing terror to the planet. And scriptures say that. Beat your plowshares. All right. I'm kind of going through the spirit, but these countries, the prophecy is really happening, man. Kingdom against kingdom. Hate. All right. Revelations. Hold on. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And those 10 horns are those countries, NATO, that are going against, that are stepping away from America right now because of the decisions made of merging the armies and, having their hands more filled with blood on their hands through Amalek. The least shall draw out the flock through the wickedness of Amalek, which is prophecy. All right. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And the whore is America, Babylon the Great, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. All right. And that's why these people are getting ready and preparing to fight against this whore, which is America, the great Babylon. They have nuclear war heads. They have everything. They're ready to go to war because that's prophecy. The Lord has this happening, and it's like really coming off the pages. Canada stepping away, electricity wise. It's going to be a blackout. And before these wars and stuff like that will happen, it's going to be Jacob's trouble, where it's going to be blackouts. It's going to be all hell, sedition among men and all that stuff. I got Matthew 24 and 6. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And that's what we hear all day, every day, is World War III on the brinks, all right? See that ye be not troubled. And he's talking to the elect. We shouldn't be troubled. It is troubling when you hear this stuff, but at the same time, if most of the people that's not in this truth, they're going to panic. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And that's what's happening as well. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. Then shall they deliver you up for the affliction, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And that's a time that's going to be coming soon. And brothers need to be prepared and be in the spirit, engulfed in the spirit at all times. Because your family, everybody's going to send you up to get benefits that they won't be able to get if they did not send you up. All types of stuff, man. It's that time. You need to be reading, staying diligent, praying for more circumspection, discernment, and more protection, and fear the Lord, man. Don't get caught up in your fleshly desires and stuff like that, man, because this wicked devil is out here to sift. All right, out here to sift you. Nothing but do that, you know. But with that, I hope the elect was edified. Give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kahakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who grew well. Shalom.